Have you ever had that strange feeling that there's more to you than just the person you see in the mirror? What if I told you that in some vast corner of the multiverse, another version of you exists, living a life perhaps very different, yet still connected? The idea of parallel universes and parallel selves has always fascinated humanity, explored in science, philosophy, and fiction. But what if this connection isn't just theoretical? What if your parallel self is actively trying to communicate with you, sending messages through the veil of reality? In this video, we're going to deep dive into the most intriguing signs that might indicate your parallel self is trying to make contact. From coincidences that defy logic to feelings and dreams that seem to come from somewhere else. Stay with me until the end, because the last sign I'm going to share is perhaps the most subtle but also the most powerful indicator of this profound connection. Get ready to look at your life from a whole new perspective. Our first sign is synchronicities. The psychologist Carl Jung described synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence of external events and internal states that have no causal relation but seem to be connected by meaning. Think of repeatedly seeing the same numbers like 11 hours, 11 minutes, 222, 333. Or perhaps you're thinking of a song and it starts playing on the radio. You need an answer to a problem, and suddenly you find it in a random conversation or on a billboard. These are not just random occurrences. From the parallel self perspective, these synchronicities can be seen as nudges from the other side. It's as if your other version, perhaps living a life where certain information or paths are clearer, is orchestrating these small signs to guide you, to get your attention, or to validate a thought or feeling you're having. It's a subtle validation that you're on the right path, or perhaps a warning to deviate. The key is to pay attention to the meaning you attribute to these coincidences. Do they resonate with something within you? What do they seem to be telling you at that moment? Your parallel self might be whispering through these coded messages from the universe. Next, we have intuition, but not just common gut feelings. We're talking about feelings of knowing something without knowing how you know, or sudden strong urges to do something that wasn't in your plans. Have you ever felt an overwhelming need to go to a specific place, only to find someone you needed to see, or avoid a dangerous situation due to a premonition? Or perhaps you're pondering an important decision, and suddenly a crystalline certainty emerges from nowhere, telling you what to do. This heightened and unexpected intuition could be another form of communication from your parallel self. Imagine that in another reality, your self has already lived a similar experience, made a mistake, or discovered a shortcut. This version of you, aware of something you don't yet know, might be sending this wisdom through your intuition. It's as if they are projecting knowledge or a feeling of warning or approval directly into your consciousness. Trusting this intuition, especially when it's strong and persistent, could be your parallel self guiding you to avoid pitfalls or pushing you towards opportunities you wouldn't otherwise see. Paying attention to these instincts can be crucial. Our dreams are fascinating portals to the subconscious, but what if they are also windows to other realities? Vivid, realistic dreams, or recurring ones, especially those with themes or scenarios you don't recognize from your waking life, could be messages from your parallel self. Have you ever dreamt of a city you've never visited, but it feels strangely familiar? Or had a dream where you're in a different profession or living with other people, and the dream is so real that you wake up feeling as if you've lived another life during the night? Some theorists suggest that these dreams may not just be products of your imagination, but rather fragments of your parallel self's life. It's as if, during sleep, the barrier between realities becomes thinner, allowing you to tune into the experiences of your other version. Recurring dreams with the same themes or symbols could be your parallel self trying to emphasize an important message or a lesson they've learned. Keeping a dream journal and analyzing the themes and feelings can give you valuable clues about what your parallel self is experiencing or trying to communicate to you. They might be showing you a possible future, an alternative path, or important lessons they've learned. Déjà vu. That strange and unsettling feeling that you've experienced an exact moment before, with the same conversation, the same lighting, the same feelings, even though you know it's impossible in your current timeline. Science offers various psychological explanations for déjà vu, such as memory glitches or brain processing errors. But the parallel self perspective adds an intriguing layer. What if déjà vu is, in fact, a brief overlap between your reality and the reality of your parallel self? It's as if, for an instant, your consciousnesses align perfectly, and you experience a moment that your other version has already lived. Think about it. If your parallel self is living a slightly different life, but at a similar point in time, it's possible that at certain moments the sequences of events align. When this happens, you experience that feeling of having lived it before. It's a kind of echo of the other reality, resonating in yours. Déjà vu can be a powerful reminder of the vastness of the multiverse and your inherent connection to other versions of yourself. It's not just a glitch in the matrix, but perhaps a confirmation that the matrix is much larger than we think. Have you ever felt inexplicably happy or sad, full of energy or completely exhausted, for no apparent reason in your immediate life? These sudden and inexplicable fluctuations in your emotional state or energy level could also be a sign. Some theories about parallel selves suggest that there's a level of energetic resonance between your different versions. If your parallel self is going through something dramatically positive or negative, or experiencing a large increase or decrease in energy, that vibration can, in some way, be felt by you. It's as if you're briefly tuning into the emotional or energetic state of your other version. If you suddenly feel euphoric for no reason, perhaps your parallel self has just experienced great success or joy. If a deep, causeless sadness hits you, perhaps your parallel self is dealing with a loss or difficulty. Recognizing these changes as something possibly external to your current situation can help you process them and understand the subtle interconnectedness between your different incarnations in the multiverse. It's not about absorbing their problems, but about recognizing this energetic signature. And now, as promised, the most subtle, but for many, the most convincing sign. Have you ever traveled to a place you've never been before, a city, a country, a landscape, and felt an overwhelming sense of familiarity as if you had come home? Not just a pleasant feeling, but a deep recognition, a peace that seems to come from a place of memory, even if your conscious mind has no recollection of this place. This feeling of home in new places can be a strong indicator that your parallel self lives or has lived in that location. In their reality, that place is part of their daily life. It's where they have their routines, their memories, their connections. When you physically visit this place in your reality, there's an energetic alignment. Your consciousness recognizes the place through the memories and energy of your parallel self. It's an echo of a life lived, a resonance that transcends distance and dimensions. Pay attention to these profound feelings of inexplicable familiarity. They might be a whisper from your other life, showing you a place that is, in essence, also yours. We've explored some of the most fascinating signs that might suggest communication from your parallel self. Synchronicities, heightened intuition, vivid dreams, déjà vu, mood shifts, and the feeling of home in new places. The idea of parallel selves and multiverses might seem like science fiction, but when we start to notice these signs in our own lives, the line between fiction and reality becomes fascinatingly thin. These signs are not just strange phenomena. They can be guides, warnings, or validations sent by other versions of you, who perhaps have access to different perspectives or information. By opening your mind to the possibility of this connection, you can start to interpret these signs and use them to navigate your own journey with more wisdom and intuition. Embrace the wonder of the unknown and the depth of your own being, which may extend across multiple realities. If this video opened your eyes to new possibilities, please leave a like to let me know. Subscribe to the channel to not miss future dives into topics like this about consciousness, spirituality, and personal development. And most importantly, share in the comments. Have you experienced any of these signs? Which one resonated most with you? Your experience is valuable. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.